The case of Carrie Leah Farver. Carrie Leah Farver was born on November 30th, 1974, in Macedonia, Nebraska, USA. A devoted single mother, she raised her son Maxwell largely on her own after a series of unstable relationships. While Carrie loved her son deeply, her life was marked by significant mental health struggles. In her early 20s, she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, a condition that caused extreme mood swings ranging from periods of intense productivity and optimism to episodes of profound depression. At one point, her depression became so severe that she remained bedridden for nearly a month, during which her mother, Nancy Rainey, stepped in to care for Max. Despite these challenges, Carrie was resilient. With proper treatment in the early 2000s, she learned to manage her condition and function normally. Raised in a loving family, she was active, athletic, and once dreamed of becoming a doctor. That dream ended abruptly when she fainted during her first medical training after seeing blood. Refusing to endanger herself or others, Carrie pivoted to a career in computer programming, where she thrived. In the fall of 2012, Carrie accepted a promising job offer in Omaha. Her son, still in middle school, chose to stay behind with his grandmother in Macedonia to avoid disrupting his life. Around this time, Carrie met Dave Krupa at an auto repair shop. According to friends, Carrie had a radiant smile and an engaging personality qualities that immediately caught Dave's attention. The two quickly connected and began dating, agreeing from the outset that their relationship would remain casual. Dave was transparent about a recent relationship with a woman named Liz, whose real name was Shauna Elizabeth Golia. He described Liz as clingy and emotionally volatile, which was why he had ended things. Carrie was unbothered by Liz's occasional appearances or messages, understanding that past relationships can resurface. For Carrie, the arrangement with Dave was light-hearted and convenient, especially given her demanding work schedule. However, Liz did not take the breakup well. She grew increasingly jealous and possessive, particularly after noticing Dave becoming distant. She began monitoring his activities obsessively, despite his repeated insistence that their relationship had never been exclusive. When Carrie entered Dave's life, Liz's fixation intensified. On November 13th, 2012, Carrie kissed Dave goodbye before he left for work. That was the last confirmed time she was seen. Later that morning, Dave received an unexpected text from Carrie stating that she wanted to move in with him permanently. This alarmed him, as they had explicitly agreed not to rush their relationship. When he declined, the messages that followed were hostile, profane, and completely out of character for Carrie. When Dave returned home, he found all of Carrie's belongings gone. She had also removed him from Facebook. He assumed she had left him for good, but the messages did not stop. Dave began receiving dozens, then hundreds of aggressive texts and emails daily, all allegedly from Carrie. They were filled with threats, insults, and bizarre accusations. At the same time, Carrie stopped showing up for work, which was highly unusual for her. Her mother and teenage son also began receiving strange messages claiming Carrie had taken a job in Kansas and needed time alone. In May 2013, a Facebook post appeared on Carrie's account stating that she had left voluntarily and wanted independence. Yet as weeks turned into months, Carrie never reappeared. She missed birthdays, holidays, and even her father's funeral in absence. That deeply alarmed her family. Meanwhile, Liz also began receiving threatening messages from Carrie, warning her to stay away from Dave. When Liz compared notes with Dave, they realized they were being targeted simultaneously. The messages grew increasingly incoherent, riddled with spelling errors and erratic tone, something completely inconsistent with Carrie's known writing style. Her mother insisted that Carrie had always been meticulous with language, making the messages deeply suspicious. Despite the disturbing behavior, police initially believed Carrie had left voluntarily and focused instead on stopping the harassment. However, the situation escalated. Carrie's car was found abandoned in Dave's yard, yet fingerprints on the steering wheel did not belong to her. Threats expanded to include photos of children and warnings of violence. In August 2013, Liz's home mysteriously caught fire, killing her pets. Liz claimed Carrie was responsible. As evidence mounted, investigators revisited Carrie's disappearance. Digital forensic analysis revealed something shocking. More than 50,000 text messages and 15,000 emails sent in Carrie's name over 3 years. Metadata revealed fake email accounts, scheduled messaging apps, and IP addresses tied not to Carrie but to Liz. The case took a dramatic turn in December 2015 when Liz reported being shot in the leg outside her home. She accused Dave's ex-wife, Amy, but investigators quickly ruled her out due to a solid alibi. Further analysis uncovered that Liz's fingerprints were on Carrie's car steering wheel. Even more damning, deleted images recovered from a memory card showed a tattoo matching Carrie's. In late 2016, Shauna Elizabeth Gollier was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. Prosecutors argued that Liz had murdered Carrie out of jealousy, disposed of her body, and then spent years impersonating her to manipulate Dave and frame others. In court, the judge ruled that Carrie Farver did not disappear by choice. She was murdered. Liz was sentenced to life in prison without parole, along with additional time for arson. Carrie's body was never recovered, but the evidence left no doubt about her fate. Maxwell Farver later followed in his mother's footsteps, becoming a software engineer and building a quiet life of his own. The case of Bobby Ann McLeod on a cold evening in November 2021, 18-year-old Bobby Ann McLeod waited alone at a bus stop in Plymouth, England. She was heading into the city to meet friends, dressed for a night out, unaware that she was being watched. Bobby Ann was born in 2003 and raised in a close-knit family. She was known for her kindness, creativity, and love of alternative music and Disney films. On November 20th, she left home at 5:45 p.m., promising to return later that evening. She never arrived. When she failed to meet her boyfriend and stopped answering her phone, her family reported her missing. A massive search followed. Her phone and AirPods were found near the bus stop, confirming she had reached it. 3 days later, a man walked into a police station and confessed. His name was Cody Acklander, local musician with no criminal record. He led police to a wooded area where Bobby Ann's body was found. Investigators later uncovered Cody's obsession with serial killers, extensive online searches about weapons, and disturbing images on his phone. Bobby Ann had been brutally attacked with a hammer and murdered. Cody Ackland was sentenced to life in prison, with a minimum of 31 years before parole eligibility. The case devastated Plymouth and served as a chilling reminder of hidden darkness behind ordinary appearances.